What? You drinking all that water, is it?
Yeah, boy. You have to rehydrate these days with this heat, you know. So,
How much at room temperature, right?
no, this is cold. So when we go out in the heat, if it heat up a little bit, it's still cool, you know.
Water pressure low again?
Real low.
But anyway, we get inside, that's the important thing. I think you could make it to the ravine. You got some nice stuff from Ronald, man, and Teresa.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy. The karate nice, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Tobago Zabuka.
That's a massive guy.
Real good. Yes, Nancy. So what's going on?
Girl, I have been thinking about this word they call hospitality. You know?
You know the joke about hospitality?
What is it?
This man went to visit, a foreigner went to visit this man in the country. And the man was very kind to the foreigner, you know.
Yeah.
Everything he have in the land, he giving him, offering him, you know.
Right.
Give him food, he eat with his hands, you know, real top of the line treatment for the foreigner. And so when he was ready to leave, he said, well, thank you for your hospitality. But so the old man got really kind of disappointed that, you know, so he said to him, man, you come here and I treat you so nice. I give you everything, you know, that I did to the best of my ability to entertain you. And you telling me about my hospitality? And you know hospitality?
Yeah.
When people say hospitality, it's terrible, you know.
Terrible.
He said, boy, I treat you so good and you tell me about my hospitality?
Yes, boy.
So we're talking about hospitality.
Yeah, hospitality.
Not hospitality.
No, I was thinking about hospitality. Hospitality starts in the heart, eh?
Yes.
Be able to, you know. And I was checking on the meaning of the word. Friendly and generous treatment of guests or visitors. Friendly and generous treatment. That made me think back about my old home, up there in Cora. You know? Mother and father had a very open home. Mother always cooked extra, so that when people drop by, you know, they could
Have a plate of food.
have a plate of food, right? So this sense of hospitality, it really starts in the heart. You know, we can't tell other people how to open their homes, but we could demonstrate what we do and what we have, right? Of course, it doesn't mean if somebody comes to your home that they're going to be fully endorsing your lifestyle, and they may show areas of grievance. They may produce areas of grievance because of how they think. And I was about 17 years old, maybe 14, 15, 16, somewhere around there, right? And there was this man who would come home. He had a very prestigious job with the government. And he would come almost every Sunday. And we all go to the river together. And mother, when we come back home, table nicely laid
Table
out.
Sunday special.
Sunday special, boy.
Kalaloo.
And this friendship went on for a long spell, eh? He was always there. He would drive up in his little Morris Minor, small little gray car, small. I never saw him in any passengers. I never came up for him.
So you didn't have a wife?
Well, I never thought about accident. Right?
But you never brought a wife?
No, he never brought a wife.
Well, if he come in every Sunday and you get lunch.
Right.
He probably didn't have a wife.
No, he probably didn't have a wife. Anyway, and he didn't take, I do remember him having takeaways, eh?
Right.
Good, so he probably never had a wife really. But we would go to the river together. And the old man, my old man was very generous with him, eh? Very generous.
So he was like mother and father age?
I think so. I believe so. He was my complexion, or maybe a little redder than me. But I remember one Sunday, the old man was very grieved with him. And after we had lunch, something happened, and I said, "Why is it that this gentleman left in a hurry?"
Abruptly.
Abruptly. Very nice word. Thank you very much. He left abruptly, right? And it was explained by mother, of course, father. The old man didn't tell me that. There was a man doing work in the home, in our home, right? There was a black man doing work in our home. He had finished the job. Mother had fed the man. And then mother asked if this particular individual could be given a ride to the main road 2 miles away. And this gentleman who came home almost
And has been
every
a friend of the family.
a friend of the family, blurted out that no black man traveling in his car.
What?
No, seriously. I'm not fabricating.
You're not joking?
No, he wasn't joking. He was dead serious.
Oh my God.
And immediately upon hearing that, the old man told him, "Don't you ever step back into this home."
Take a
Right.
good stand, man.
Yeah, he took a real great stand. He was very frank, and he was offended heavily. Yeah. So,
But that
What
was the
happened
heights.
is-
That was the heights, man.
okay, so what
To
really
blatantly make an open statement like that.
Right. So what you do is you offended the hospitality of the home by taking a stand that was really uncalled for, right?
Yeah.
And the old man, my old man, was a very generous man. I remember visiting some fellas at the junction, right? An Indian community, really. We walked through, we drove through, we were friendly with the Indian community. And when we would be going home, everybody shouted out to everybody. And I see that Lyndon is trying the same, Lasana does the same. You know everybody through the village, right? And I stopped one day to talk to a fellow called Cashew Head.
Cashew nut.
Cashew Nut Head, right? A very old timer, a real old timer from Cora Junction. And we were talking about days in Cora, and he said, "Your father was a very kind man. When we used to have parties on a Saturday, right? The old man used to come down and invite them." And it is true, because I remember I would go out in the yard and I would see all these boys on the junction out there. I would see all these boys from the junction, you know, just out there, maybe drinking something that they got, right? So hospitality it has to start in the heart. And if people come to your home, we can't dictate for other homes, but we know what we have for our home, right? It's something already that starts in the heart. And I enjoy, you know when you could appreciate hospitality? I'm going to tell folks a little bit about our trip when we ended up outside. Is it all right? I will very well play it down nicely, but show how. Huh? No, you won't like that. Okay, fine. You can still smile, you know, because I wouldn't say it, right? But there are times when we have faced. There was a time we faced a very inhospitable. Now, if you're not hospitable, you might be hostile. Right?
Yes.
If you're not hospitable, you could be hostile. And therefore, folks out there would understand the sense of hostility that you're coming with, right? Our travels to Venezuela, to Florida, to England, St. Vincent, Switzerland, we were Holland, we were really appreciated. And of course, that is memorable. So to have an open home is a wonderful thing. But to have an open home, we must have open hearts, and we must be on the same page.
You mean as a couple?
As a couple, you have to be on the same page,
Yep.
right? So I was reading a lady's testimony of some folks who had ended up in the States, and they didn't know the language. The American woman didn't know the language, Arabic or whatever, but they understood each other. They smiled with each other. They
When
greeted
they
each
say a
other.
smile is international, you know.
A smile is international. Which
No
is the same
doubt
happened
about
to,
it.
you happen to have the same experience in Venezuela.
Yes.
Our good friends there can't speak English, but I tell you, they could sense warmth.
Yes. We had a good time in
Yeah.
spite of the language barrier.
Yes, in spite of the language barrier. And love is a very universal language.
Oh, yes.
Kindness is a universal language.
Yeah, because it's action, you see.
It's action, you know, it's action.
More, half seen, half spoken.
That is correct. That is correct.
Yeah.
But you have the same background, Louise. Your folks,
yes,
your
of
folks in
course.
Caracas had the same background.
Yeah. We grew up never feeling better than anybody else in the village.
No.
We were never made to think we were different. And the population in Caracas was Africans and Indians.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't ever say that there was any racial slant in the village.
I'm cleaning glasses, eh?
But, you know, everybody was like one happy family.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy to be born in that era.
Yeah, and in that village.
And in that village. Proud to be an Ikakian.
Kaki and white.
Yeah. That's where your whole personality is formed, you know.
Yeah.
Your background. Your background shape who you are, your character.
That's right, you know.
But as people would say to me, I brought a little bit of Ikakas to Trin City.
Right, boy.
Yeah, never lost touch of our roots.
Coconut roots. That's why you make such good coconut roots.
The roots is deeply rooted in the heart. Deeply rooted in the heart, man. The coconut tree, fibrous root,
Fibrous root.
deeply rooted in the heart.
Yes, yes, yes. So what I'm going to do.
And what you know is what you give.
That's right.
You cannot give what you don't have. If you don't have a $20, you can't give it to somebody, you know.
No.
So you have to have something to give it.
That's
If there's love, if you grew up with love,
Mhm.
you will be able to give love. If you did not have love in your home, you would not be able to
That's
give
right.
it to love. But there are sometimes people really appreciate when they see someone who's loving and kind and caring, and they try to improve themselves.
That's
you know,
right, yeah.
they learn from example.
That's right.
But
yeah.
a lot of times we didn't have the privilege to come from a home that had a lot of love and happiness and joy.
Yeah.
But, you know, doesn't mean you can't learn.
Mhm.
You could acquire some things as you go along in life.
That's true, girl. That's true. That's true.
But it is good if you got it, you had it from a child.
Mm-hmm.
It's more real.
True, darling.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you, like, for instance, if you grew up in a very closed home and you are met, visitors are met by the gate,
Mm.
and that is how you operate throughout your life. That's what you taught your children,
Mm-hmm.
so that you really will not have, whatever you do, that's what you are quietly teaching your children.
Right.
If you are a person smiling with your baby from birth, that child is going to smile, grow up smiling.
They must have smiled a lot with me, boy.
If you grew up in a home full of happiness and joy and laughter, your children learn that. Of course, children are different. You sometimes bring up children in the same home, and a child might be a little different, and that's because genes from another parent, say no grandparent, genes pass on to that child. But the fundamental teachings that you had in your home will be there, but they may have something different to the others.
Right.
You know? So we have a great responsibility to pass on to our children, to teach them from young, because they are going to be the men and women of tomorrow. So what we have, we need to pass on to our children. Not so much by preaching it, but by living it.
Very nice.
Because we can talk a lot, and the child doesn't have to listen to us. But I think when we demonstrate how we live, a child learn from what they see, and they will pass it on to their own kids. So to have to be able to be hospitable, it has to be something that has been in your character from small.
Well, I am certainly happy that you inherited such wonderful qualities.
Well, likewise.
Yeah, boy, I'm happy.
We're on the same page.
You know, when a man marries a woman, and they could get along, but it's such a wonderful, peaceful thing to be able to sit like how we're doing here, and whatever problems come along, we work it out together. But it's nice. It's real nice. I'm using a nice word. Nice. A nice Trini word. It's nice to be able to sit down
and talk about nice things.
And talk about nice things. And nice people. And
nice food.
Gosh, boy.
That food was nice, huh?
That food was nice.
But we ain't no food, boy.
Yeah, you're correctly there, man. But let me tell you this now. I'm going to add this clip about hospitality, and when people come to your home, that they really enjoy the transparency, to use a word that a man used last Saturday, the transparency that they see, what they see is real, what they experience is real, and the joy of having visited. This will give me the idea of doing this little clip, this sense of hospitality. And you know where you belong, and people, homes everywhere. I can't say Tom, Dick, and Harry must open their homes, right?
Yeah, because people are a little skeptical now. People are, that is another dimension that has been added to cause hospitality to not be so prevalent.
Very well put. Go ahead.
Because, so many uncanny things can happen that people are very skeptical of having an open home. And that's why it's easier to meet you at the gate.
Yes.
But, so, at the same time, I will not want to knock anyone who shared that sentiment of being very careful and very guarded.
No,
but
you can't.
It is a wonderful thing when we can be that way, because 50 years ago, how this country operated, the background we came from, 50 years later is a totally different scenario. But people have become wary, maybe, of well-doing. But we can't lose it totally. We still have to extend some sort of kindness, because people out there really need help, There are some genuine people who really need help. And just a smile, a friendliness.
A phone call.
A phone call. Really lighten up people. I mean, I'm surprised when you will hear people say, just to hear Mama Lou laugh, I would laugh. Or the smile, the contagious laughter. Because it's a rare thing to hear people laughing because people are so bogged down with their own problems. But it's really wonderful if you could rise above the situation, bad situations, and can still be happy.
Yeah, the world is.
As the Sanders say, let no man take thy joy. Don't let nobody take your joy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't let anybody take.
So
Steal your joy.
Steal your joy. So that is a good thing. Don't let anyone steal your joy.
Mm-hmm.
So
my friends, I am going to Luis. Thank you very much. As usual, you have hit it on the nail. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add that clip that we did last week to this little video here, and it shows how people can enjoy the hospitality that we would like to share. My boy, how are you?
Hey,
hi.
Hey, man.
Doubled.
Well, look at that.
Fresh
And
up.
listen,
We're now talking
we're
about
making a video.
Yes.
Alright, so you see
Hot
this?
coffee fresh.
I meet a man in Arima named Uncle Nyro. And this is a unique birthday present that he sent from our room.
Oh
What?
my goodness.
Right, Uncle Nyro. So I reach home in time.
In
Yes.
time,
Yes.
Uncle
Take
Nyro.
it.
You know my daddy.
Come. Bring.
And we now talking about hospitality, you know.
Yeah, we're now talking about
We
hospitality.
now talking about hospitality.
Right.
And like the man know we need a mop boy.
So you met this man in Arima?
In Arima, yeah. The man stop and tune back. Because I went to exactly like stop and stuff.
Right.
And
See,
doubles
whatever,
from
give you
Sasana.
whatever. Right, so big up to Uncle Nyro from Cap. I mix up Caparo and Carapo, you know. And you by the recent track.
Caparo.
Caparo, right?
Right. So
Yes.
folks, look at this from Uncle Nyro.
Uncle Nyro.
Nyro has sent
Yeah.
this.
If you go to Mr. Knockapot channel,
Uh-huh.
it have 9 pots by Coral River. He was cooking the pepper shrimp.
Okay. Mr. Nyro, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Uncle Nyro.
And Sana brought doubles.
And Santa has brought double.
Alrighty,
Thanks for your hospitality, my friend.
We're now talking about
Yes.
passing it on to the children.
Imagine that. I don't know Mr. Nyro, but Uncle Nyro, thank you very much. Feel free to come by any day. Feel free. Our home is always open. And as we say, we will add a little clip of last Sunday to what we have now produced. So once again, thank you. And yesterday we had a doubles demonstration for a foreigner who is, who hopes to be the next president. But we'll see how that goes. I don't want to be unkind at this point in time.
Soft food.
Soft food again. So thank you, Lasana. Thank you, Uncle Nyro. And folks, take good care of yourself. All the subscribers who have come our way, thank you very much. You all are precious. And we appreciate really every effort you make to encourage us. And we want to stay within the confines of safe videoing. Thanks again.
Bye.
Let me see that, Louis.
Delicious.
Delicious. Very good. So I'm going to have mine and take good care, folks.
There you go.
All right, so guys,
There you go.
Steve.
Even out.
Steve and
Trisha.
Trisha are leaving us, right? Their cousin Derek came for them, and
Yes.
guys, look at how they line up here.
Hey,
Yes.
everybody.
Yes,
Family.
yes,
It's a love thing.
yes,
It's a love
yes,
thing.
it's a love thing, right?
Yes.
Nice. It was such a pleasure, right? Today was really special,
Yes.
right? So much happened that we did not anticipate,
Yes.
right? Ellis and the girls were really happy to see y'all. I'm so sorry that y'all were not able to meet Linda, but as Dad said, he was very tired. Linda must have walked about 14 miles this morning.
And we miss you, boy.
Right,
Next
yes.
time. Next time.
Yes. Yes. But we have the package and we will definitely pass it on.
Love.
Right? I want to take the opportunity to also
Nice.
thank Alicia, right? My girls divided up the paper. So they're very happy. The paper is very beautiful. So thank you, Alicia and husband. And well, what we do?
Well, we wanted to also thank Lasana again for that beautiful lunch. Oh,
Yes.
it was
Yeah,
awesome.
man.
Yes, it
Big up to
was.
Sita.
Oh,
Sita.
Sita,
Yeah.
girl, you could cook.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, love your
Yeah.
food.
Yes.
Yeah.
Delicious.
The day is just going on real nice. It's hurting my heart to leave right now,
Yes,
but
it
we
is.
coming back.
Yes, man.
You understand?
Yes.
Yeah. To be
I-
continued.
I feel I can see all before all leaving.
Absolutely.
I
Yes.
feel I can see all
Absolutely.
there, right?
Yes, yes. All right.
And watch me. Who knows? We'll eat a Sita roti.
Whoa.
Right? We eat
Yes,
a Sita roti.
Lord.
Derek, you gotta make sure and come. Hey, this man resemble somebody, you know, but I ain't gonna say who he resemble. But he's a good looking man. Yeah.
You know we only deal with good-looking people.
I'm telling you, yes,
With good
man.
energy.
With good energy, yeah.
Right, Rob?
Yes, so all enjoy the rest of all the stay in
Thank
Trinidad,
you
and
so
Thank
much.
you.
I know that we'll be seeing all before you leave.
Yes, yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yes.
Positivity.
Yes. Attitude of
Gratitude.
Gratitude.
Yeah.
You got to make it your goddamn one.
Yeah.
Attitude of gratitude.
It works.
Life is worth living.
Yes.
Amen.
Yeah.
Yes. Whatever
Nice,
you put
man.
your heart and hands to do, let it be blessed and prosperous.
Thank
Highly
you.
favored.
Yes.
Yes.
Y'all have definitely brought good vibrations to our home, and we appreciate y'all for that.
Oh,
Amen.
Yeah.
We
man.
appreciate
Healing.
you all too.
One
Yes.
soul at a time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sweet Jesus.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah. All right.
Amen.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, so we gone. We outside. Yeah, man.
Love,
Nice
love,
brother.
love.
So nice to see.
Mucho amor. French, parlez-vous français?
Yes, girl. All right. Nice.
Love in the house.
Love is in the house.
Nice. My brother.
Good spirit. Good spirit.
Yeah.
Blessed soul.
Yeah,
Blessed
man.
soul,
Yes.
man.
Yeah, man. Nice to meet you, brother. Yeah, man.
Yes, darling.
That will stop back before we
Yeah, we have to
leave.
stop. When you leaving?
Wednesday
Wednesday
morning.
morning, but we'll have to stop. Tuesday we going to Tobago.
Hey, don't worry. Watch me. It will happen.
It will happen.
It will
It will
happen.
happen,
will
I'm
right?
putting it out there.
Yeah,
it will happen.
It will happen. Right?
What time?
8:30.
8
In the morning.
Alright, so we out.
Nice all forward. That is good.